Recently, a Korean drama and thriller TV series called as Squid Game rose up in popularity. And yeah, as always, it's my responsibility to watch it as it is famous and give my thoughts on it on this channel. Although I only reviews animes on this channel, we are still gonna talk about Squid Game today, which is not an anime, but a freaking copy of anime and mangas. Look, there's a difference between taking inspiration and straight up copying something. If you are like me, throughout the whole series of Squid Game, I found that Squid Game is kind of copying other less known series that have done the whole horror psychological game show idea before. And mostly it is copying an anime called as Kaiji the Ultimate Survivor. Let's get a bit deeper into this and see how exactly the Squid Game took many of the things from Kaiji and brought it to the people who don't watch animes. By the way, I have already made a review on Kaiji the Ultimate Survivor on my channel about 2 months back. So if you want to watch that video, click on the I button right now and watch that review. Kaiji the Ultimate Survivor Season 1 was released in 2010. First of all, the characters are so freaking similar in the Squid Game. First is our main character in the Squid Game, who is a gambling freak guy who lost all of his money in doing gamblings and is living a life on the edge. And then he gets approached by this random dude on a metro station saying that he will pay you if you will play this and that game. Now what happens in Kaiji is pretty similar with few changes. Kaiji is just like the main character of Squid Game and has lost all of his money in gambling. But suddenly, one day a loan shark company approaches Kaiji saying that he has co-signed a loan for his colleague few years back and now his friend has ran away and the loan falls on Kaiji now. And that same loan shark company tells him that there's this game which you can play and earn a huge amount of money. And it felt like a really similar feeling to me. If you have already watched Kaiji and now you're watching Squid Game, then you might feel the same just like me. One thing that is totally different in Kaiji and the Squid Game is that it is more centered towards brain games, psychology and cheating professionally. While the Squid Game is more towards showing the audience and terrorizing the audience with the fear of what happens if you don't win this game. And that's it. This is a pretty easy thing to spot that anyone can do. But did you notice that both of the organization's CEO or the leaders of the company are kind of same too? Both have become rich by lending out people money and earning by putting interest on it. It is insane, right? Because if you just switch out certain characters' names and gambling aspects of Korean children's games, it's basically the same show. The only thing is that the Kaiji builds their show around the wit and skills, while Squid Game focuses more on the emotional aspects and making the audience sympathize and pity the characters. At every point while watching the Squid Game, I was like, this is just like Kaiji, man. Plus, it's not just about the story and the characters, but it's kind of really the same with the games too. Just look at this game where the characters have to jump from one glass to another and survive by finding which one is the real strong glass and which one is fake. Now look at this game from Kaiji where they have to cross two buildings by walking on these small metal strips where there is electric current passing through them, which doesn't allow you to touch them with your hands. Now the only option that remains is to walk straight and cross the road. And this part was such a rip-off from the Kaiji. Then there's this marble game too, which is really similar to Kaiji, just a few settings are different. And I personally felt that the Squid Game lacked originality in so many ways. It's not just about the Kaiji the Ultimate Survivor, but they have copied so many things from older mangas like Liar Game, which was released in 2005 and which later was adapted into a Japanese TV drama in 2007. To start with this manga's plot, the manga introduces the Liar Game, where two contestants are delivered a mysterious package with 1 million yen and are supposed to bring the money back to a secret location with all the money still intact, or there will be a negative consequences. However, if the player manages to steal the second player's money, any excess money will be theirs, thus developing the prisoner's dilemma, which if you don't know is basically a psychology mind game that plays on people's trust, which is the same kind of formula that they used by making the less food for few peoples so that they will kill each other inside that prison and the money in that huge balloon over their head will increase. And of course, because of the prisoner's dilemma, they are gonna kill each other because everyone is thinking that they are gonna win this game and they just want it to be easier. So they are just eliminating all the small threats that they can in that period of time, so the money in that huge balloon can increase. And yeah, there's another one big difference between Squid Game and Kaiji though. And the difference is that the MC in Kaiji is actually smart. And now let's talk about what's gonna happen in the second season of Squid Game. In the second season of Kaiji the Ultimate Survivor, he wanted to avenge the things that the CEO of that company did to him, like cutting his fingers after the last gamble. And that's why he wanted to take revenge in the second season. And by looking at how the Squid Game ended, I can pretty much say that it's again gonna be same just like the second season of Kaiji. There are so many mangas similar to Kaiji though, and I think the creator was also influenced by Battle Royale and Liar Game too. And there's another manga like Alice in the Borderland as well, that feels similar in the general idea except having its own unique twist. I don't mind Squid Game borrowing heavily from this series through the influences, cause I don't mind more shows like this if they are executed well, since there's so much potential drawn from them. And while Squid Game is not an amazing show, it definitely has its strong moments throughout the game, but still I personally feels that it wasn't worth it. Maybe I didn't like Squid Game because I was very familiar, I knew what was gonna happen with these kinds of plots. What are your thoughts about Squid Game? Let me know about your thoughts in the comment section down below, and have you watched Kaiji the Ultimate Survivor? If you haven't watched that anime yet, then you should watch it right now, because after watching that anime, you will understand how similar both of these series are. And yeah, that was for today's video guys. That was all about the similarities between Kaiji and the Squid Game. What are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And that was for today's video guys. And if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I post daily anime content about top 10 top 5 listings, anime reviews, recommendations, news, theories and all sorts of anime content on daily basis. So if you enjoyed, please subscribe, and that was it. And I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.